Hello, good morning. How are you all? I hope all are fine. Due to break of the coronavirus, we need to stay at home. Stay home, stay safe. I am Rajiv Malo, your geography teacher. I request to all my students, please wash your hand time to time, maintain social distance and go sleep on time. Today we are going to start a chapter which is related to geography. I am going to teach all of you through a video which is related to in this chapter. I hope you were more knowledgeable by going through this video. Thank you.
Chapter 2 Physical Features of India. In this chapter, we will read about our country's physical features, that is, mountains, plains, deserts, plateaus, and islands. While reading that, we will also know how they have been formed. So, with no further ado, let's begin. India is a large landmass formed during different geological periods. I'll just show you a small section of the previous chapter wherein we can see how India broke apart from Australian plate and moved towards Eurasian plate. While doing so, it went through constant physical changes. You can see the shape of India as it was moving towards north. Now with this kind of massive formations, number of processes such as weathering, erosion and deposition have created and modified the relief to its present form. By relief, I mean the five physical features that we spoke about in the beginning. By weathering we mean change of texture or appearance of soil or rocks over a long period of time. It can be due to running water, wind activity, glaciers, etc. And erosion means the process by which the surface of the earth is worn away or displaced by the action of water, glaciers, winds, waves. And last, deposition is the end activity of erosion. When things go from one place and stop at another place, this leads to formation of new landmass, crust, plateaus, rocks, deltas, etc. So now you understand what all physical activities India went through. And not just India, many other land masses over the time. But the big question is, how did we human come to know about it? I mean, we can talk all intellectually, but the base has to be through solid evidence. Therefore, scientists have attempted to explain the formation of physical features with the help of some theories. One such theory is the theory of plate tectonics. So this theory says the crust, that is the upper part of the earth, has been formed out of 7 major and some minor plates. And when these plate moves, they build up stress within and the rocks above collide, or sometimes large chunk of soil gets separated, leading to folding, faulting and volcanic activity. These plate movements are classified into 3 types. While some plates come towards each other and form convergent boundary, some plates move away from each other and form divergent boundary. In the event of 2 plates coming together, they may either collide or crumble, or one may slide under the other. At times they may also move horizontally past. The movement of these plates have changed the position and size of the continents over millions of years. The land of India displays great physical variation. The Peninsula Plateau is one of the ancient land masses on the Earth's surface. It was a direct piece of Gondwana land. Let's now read about the Gondwana land. So the peninsular region of India is the oldest landmass. It was a part of the Gondwana land. So this Gondwana land comprised of several countries like South America, Africa, India, Antarctica, Australia. So this was all one single landmass once upon a time. So what happened was the crust broke into number of pieces and everything started drifting apart. As you can see how South America moved towards the left hand side and Antarctica went towards the south and India and Australia moved towards north and east. So at that time India was a part of Australian plate. But then we got separated from that as well and we started moving towards north. And then what happened? It got collided to the plate which is much larger, which is also called Eurasian plate. So before this collision there was all water in between the Indian plate and the Eurasian plate. And this water body was named as Tethys Sea. So all the sedimentary rocks which were there at the bottom of the sea, they started folding up. As a result, Himalaya was born. And that's why you'll see the land is uplifted in northern India. But in the northeastern side, there was a huge depression, meaning low land, which over the time got filled with the deposition of sediments brought down by the rivers flowing from the mountains in the north. And this is a reason why Ganga and Brahmaputra drains in that region. So this is quite fascinating, isn't it? I mean, getting to read all of this and going to those places and seeing those land features. No wonder the geologists enjoy what they do. And another thing is that these Himalayas and the northern plains are most recent landforms. Hence, they are also very high risk zone when it comes to earthquake. Because the land is not stable, unlike Peninsula region, which is a complete land block that broke from the Gondwana land. On one hand, Himalayan mountains are unstable zone, but it is very rich in alluvial soil. So alluvial soil is formed from fast flowing rivers. And Himalayan mountains consist of high peaks. And these high peaks generate a lot of ice, glacier. And when they melt, they come rushing down, passing through deep valleys and making huge cuts in between the mountains and flow all over northern India and eastern India and finally drain into the Bay of Bengal. And we know fast flowing rivers, that is running of water, brings new soil, and that is the reason the entire northern plain consists of rich alluvial soil brought down by the fast flowing rivers. But Peninsula Plateau is quite different than the northern plains. It is composed of igneous and metamorphic rocks. Igneous rocks are those rocks which are formed through the cooling and solidification of magma or lava. And metamorphic rock is a type of rock which has undergone change by extreme heat and pressure. And since Peninsula Plateau is the oldest landmass, therefore these two rocks are bound to be present there.